Hello and good evening. This exercise you want to do evaluate an obscure integral suitable for years 17 and 18 and above. I say it's obscure because it looks a little bit unusual. However, it can be worked out fairly easily. And what we're going to do is use the substitution z equals x cubed plus 1. That's the radical term. And then from that, of course, we'll get dz equals 3x squared dx, and the integral will transform to the integral, this time between the limits 1 and 2, because we've changed the variable of integration, x to the power 8 dz over z to the 1/3 times 3x squared, which is 1/3 integral between the limits 1 and 2, x to the power 6 dz over z to the 1/3, which then comes down to 1/3 the integral between the limits 1 and 2, z to the minus 1 squared dz over z to the 1/3, which then simplifies multiplying out the factor, squaring the factor. This 1/3 integral between 1 and 2, z squared minus 2z plus 1 dz over z to the 1/3, which of course then the integrand becomes z to the 5/3 minus 2z to the 2/3 plus z to the minus 1/3. And that is a fairly straightforward integral to work out. So we get on the next line, 1/3 bracket 3z to the power 8 over 3 over 8 minus 2z to the power 5 over 3 times 3 over 5 plus z to the 2/3 times 3 over 2, evaluated between the limits 2 and 1. And simplifying that a little bit, we get z to the 8 over 3 over 8 minus 2z to the 5/3 over 5 plus z to the 2/3 over 2, evaluated between the limits 2 and 1. And from there on, it's just some straightforward number crunching, and you should be able to follow through the working quite easily because it's just substituting the upper and lower limits, and we will end up with 1 over 40 bracket 8 times 2 to the 2/3 minus 9, which from a calculator you'll find is 0.09248, and then some numbers after that, depending on how accurate you would like your answer to be. Anyway, thank you very much for listening.